You've been putting a lot of work into operating out of a higher version of yourself, and it's bringing you into a point where you might notice a little bit of a change up in your inner circle. Of course, only take this reading if it's confirmation of things that you've already felt within yourself or thought to yourself, but it does kind of seem like you're in an energy right now where you're kind of feeling some of your soul ties dissolve, and this kind of looks like it is multiple ones, so they're not always going to be romantic, but it does kind of look like you have, especially particularly one energy kind of surrounding you that is kind of trying to, it seems like it's recently come to your attention that this person is kind of trying to dip into your energy a little bit more than you feel comfortable with. And it may be the case that this person is doing, it may be kind of a surprise to you because it seems like it's in response to you pulling your energy back a little bit to kind of focus it on yourself and focus it on your own goals. But it seems like this person is having some sort of reaction to that is kind of surprising you. Like, it kind of seems like they may be kind of acting out towards you in a way that is aimed at kind of like almost knocking you down a peg is kind of the energy, but more importantly, they're trying to kind of make you feel bad for taking that energy back. It kind of has the energy of this person feeling a little bit entitled to particularly emotional energy, because it seems like that's the energy of yours that they're trying to control the most. It does seem like recently you've had some successes pop up. It seems like you've been planting a lot of seeds in your life for a long time, and you're starting to see some real progress and starting to see a lot of little things start to sprout up for you. You do have this catalyst energy here in the Ace of Wands, and I'm really drawn to the cherries that are on it. And for if you're not familiar with like the flowers symbolism, cherry blossoms are kind of this symbolism of like temporary sweetness, because cherry blossoms only come around for a very short time. I think it's like less than 2 weeks that they appear, but regardless, it kind of leads into cherries, which is the symbol of like gifts from the universe, like rewards, like that sweetness of life, like really fruiting and manifesting. And I feel like you kind of went through this period of like temporary hardship where you were like kind of really trying to build for a better tomorrow, and it seems like you like put a lot of work into that, and you came to the end of that. Like there was a defined, almost like changing of the guard, like a chapter closing and a new one beginning. And it kind of feels like you came into this energy of like really noticing how much things had changed and how much had really been done. And it kind of seems like the people around you have noticed that as well, because this person kind of seems motivated to and again, to return to like the knocking you down a peg energy, this person seems like they could be afraid that if you think too much of yourself or you go too far, you're not going to want anything to do with them. And it kind of like, with all due respect to them, based on the energy that is here and the behavior being presented, I would say that that's probably the case. It is probably the case that this person has proven to you through their actions that they are kind of a sabotaging energy, and that does kind of pop up here. It does kind of seem like misery loves company, and they want to keep you in a certain spot. They want to keep you real close, but you do have this energy popping up here with the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Swords. I feel like you're really starting to get to the point to where this energy drain is almost burdensome on you, and it seems like you're feeling really compelled to kind of leave what doesn't make you feel satisfied and just kind of cut your losses. It's kind of this energy of like being very done with a situation. It does seem like this person has caused you a lot of anxiety, particularly in the work field. It may be the case that like I kind of get the energy of like maybe you started doing better in work, or get like moving towards some sort of financial goal, and this person may be trying to make you feel like you are materialistic, or make you feel like you are money hungry, too ambitious, or like even on the worst side of things, like maybe feel like you're not competent enough to reach something, maybe feel like you're not able, and it seems like it's really putting you in this place of like just really like anxiety. It almost feels like the anxiety is getting to a point where it's almost running you down a little bit and making you feel like you're running on fumes. There is this Eight of Pentacles card though, and I feel like the work that you've put into yourself and put into like your projects and your crafts is really solid. And in this particular deck there is lilac on the Eight of Pentacles card. And to return to flower symbolism, lilacs, among other things, really symbolize business success, like financial wealth. And I feel like with that being present in your reading, not only are you really seeing those seeds pop up for you, you're really starting to see that like career path unearth itself. It's really important to kind of sever any sabotaging energies from that and from yourself, because you don't like, unfortunately, the nature of things is that when you're building something up, you put a lot of work in and it takes time and it has to grow. But like destroying something can happen almost instantly. It can happen with almost no work. So it's just really important to make sure that you are really protecting yourself, because this clarity has come in with specific intention to keep you protected. It's important that you pay attention, especially because there's a lot of signs here that you've already been getting intuitive nudges and really following yourself. It seems like that's really kind of like the thesis statement of the journey that you've been on. It seems like you've really gotten to a point now to where you're just like listening to yourself, going with your own flow, making your own pathway. But I feel like this person like poses some sort of threat to that. Like it is kind of it kind of is the case that if this is your reading, the person being represented here doesn't really want to see you succeed, especially not in the long term. Like I'm getting the energy of somebody who's kind of been around for a long time and maybe just not really rooting on you. It does seem like they either think that you don't have quite what it takes to get where you're going, or they want you to think that so that you don't get where you're going. It's kind of a very weird and like, again, sabotaging energy. And it does feel like they are trying to right now kind of manipulate your energy back to them, because it does feel like this is a person that you've kind of poured a lot into. It does seem like this person kind of likes you wrapped around them to some extent. But like whatever has just happened between the two of you or whoever, it looks like there's this energy of like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like this person did something that was like for a long, like if you are dealing with somebody, sometimes it's kind of hard if they if you're incompatible with people to tell at first, because some people can be very different from you, and it can be a case of you like making excuses for certain behaviors because you've never experienced them and blah 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 blah. But this is not this is kind of the energy of something you've seen before, like over and over again, and probably in your family, because it's being represented in the Ten of Pentacles. It doesn't necessarily have to be your family. It could be like an old friend group, but it does seem like it's like some sort of behavior came up that was immediately like a red flag for you. Like immediately you're like, oh, I know where this goes, and we're not doing that. And I feel like that alone is kind of your sign that you've learned the lesson here and that you're ready to move on from it. But ultimately, I think it's important to understand that if you're struggling with the concept of moving on from a person who has made it very clear that they don't support you and that they don't want the best for you, I'm going to just say this on the assumption that it's just because it's a new experience for you and you're learning how to apply that system to your life. I will say that you don't really have anything to lose in that situation, and you don't have to torture yourself and find 1,000 reasons to make it seem logical to do that, because it's logical enough to just understand I need to be discerning about what energies I'm allowing where in my life, and that is okay, and you're not a bad person for deciding that, and it's not harsh, and it's not mean, and it's not cruel to do that. But thank you so much for letting me read your cards. As always, I really appreciate it.